everything changes.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. A lot of you mentioned in social media posts, I got some messages and emails and a couple comments, and I saw a bunch of posts from some of you guys and girls out there in reselling world on Instagram, and I saw a TikTok video actually as well about the dollar store, the Dollar Tree actually, and their $1 price point going up to $1.25, $1.50 and higher. And you guys asked me to comment about this and maybe make a video or give you my thoughts and my opinions. So here's my initial, well, let me give you the background. So most of you know that there's Family Dollar, Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. There's all these stores, but basically Dollar Tree was the only one that actually kept the true 99-cent, a dollar maximum price, right? They kept that. And they bought Family Dollar out, but they raised Family Dollar's prices, and they kept the Dollar Tree where it was. People got really angry when Family Dollar went up in price as well to $2, $3, $4. The Dollar Store, the true Dollar Store, Dollar Tree here at 99-cent prices and dollar prices, they've been that way for 30 plus years, right? They haven't changed. Now, the problem is back in 1986, actually, when they were founded, so 34 years ago, a dollar then would now be worth $2.30. So the inflation is certainly there. That's normal inflation. In fact, it's probably higher right now because of everything going on. But now we have increased labor costs. We have people that worked at the Dollar Tree for all these years for 10 bucks or 9 bucks or 8 bucks who are now going to be making 12, 14, and eventually $15 an hour minimum wage. So now you're putting more money out into the pockets of your employees, okay? You've also got more cost of goods because things are costing more to get transported here. I don't know if you guys know this, but because of everything that happened with COVID, because of the backup, the shutdown, the shortage, more labor costs, a shipping container that would cost normally, let's say a shipping container costs you $3,000 in shipping costs to get it across from China to here is now like 3 and 4 times that cost, $12,000, $13,000, $15,000 to ship the same exact shipping container from China to here that used to cost 2-3 years ago, $3,000 or $4,000. So all of these costs, fuel costs, surcharges, taxes, all of these things have driven the price of everything up on top of inflation, normal inflation, organic inflation. And so everything is just going to cost more money. And for those of you that want to take this political, I'm sure it's going to happen in the comments. I can't stop it. I ask that you guys don't fight with each other. Like, it's fine to put out comments or opinions, but just please don't attack or be nasty to each other. It is political. And not to get into that game of like this president, that president, who cares, who cares. A lot of these decisions being made now, in the past, way in the past, are directly affecting us. So you guys got to pay attention to this stuff because we're paying more, and essentially, the money has to come from somewhere, right? The money has to be passed along to the consumer. And now, welcome to the Dollar Tree being $1.50. Welcome to shipping costs that we're now, we were paying $2.50 for, now being $3.50 or $4. Or a padded flat that was $7.50 or $7.25 is now $8. We have to pass that along to the end user. The end user is the consumer, the person buying that good, the person pumping gas in their car, the person buying groceries or toilet paper at the Dollar Tree, the person buying a shirt from us or something off of us offline. This all goes hand in hand where this is going up. And unfortunately, even with the increase in pay, people getting $15 an hour, other things, it's not going to offset all these new expenses and charges that we're getting. Because even somebody who was making, say, 10 bucks an hour is now making $5 extra an hour for an 8-hour shift. They're making $40, 5 days a week, 200 bucks. They're making an extra $800 a month before taxes, an extra 600 bring home. All this extra stuff is going to cost more than $400, $500, $600 a month. It's really just going to end up being a wash or worse. So it's something, this inflation, that we really have to, keep our eye on. And I'm not going to get into the politics of it or who did what or this or that. I'm sure it'll end up in the comment section as always. But man, it's really a terrifying, scary thing to see all of this happening. Anyways, I'm going to take you over to the story. I'll show you on the iPad exactly what the breakdown is and what's, this is from Insider. And Mary Hanberry wrote this just a couple days ago on Insider. So let me take you over there and you guys can comment below what you think about this. All right, here's our Dollar Store story from the Insider, Mary Hanberry. Dollar Store officially dead. So she puts that up there. You guys know they like these titles, clickbait, whatever you want to call them. Anyways, Dollar Tree on Tuesday said it's adding $1.25, $1.50 price points at some stores. Not all stores, some stores to start, but eventually it'll be all stores. Until then, it was the last big dollar store chain sticking to the $1 price cap. The news signals the death of the traditional dollar store concept in the U.S. So it's interesting when we scroll down here, and I'll link this story below as always. The Dollar Tree, the last of the big dollar store chains selling items for $1 or less, on Tuesday said it was officially breaking the buck. How do you like that? Breaking the buck instead of breaking the bank. Or both, whichever you like. By adding $1.25 and $1.50 price points in some stores. The news sent its stock price soaring as investors eyed sales growth without the restraint of the $1 pricing. It also signaled the end of the true $1 and under concept among U.S. retailers. So obviously the stock price is going to go up because if you sell 1,000 items in a day for $1,000 and now you're going to sell the same 1,000 items for $1.50, that's $1,500. What they don't take into initial account is that maybe people won't buy as much because now it's $1.50 instead of $1. We'll have to see. Dollar stores have existed in the U.S. for decades and started to take off in the post-World War II economy. So, after the Depression, after the 30s, into the 40s is probably what we're talking there. While these stores began life selling products at $1 or less, most were quick to diversify and raise prices in line with inflation, but the Dollar Tree didn't. Dollar General, the last dollar store chain in the U.S. by store count, opened its first location in 1955. 65 years ago, guys. 65 years ago. Created by the father-son duo, or 66 years ago, rather. Created by the father and son duo JL and Cal Turner, their idea was to replicate Dollar Days sales found year-round at department stores in Nashville, Tennessee, and Louisville, Kentucky. According to Cal Turner's son, it didn't take long for prices to creep up. Today, the chain offers most private label and national brands at $10 or less, and only a small portion of the store is devoted to $1 items. Similarly, the Dollar Tree owned Family Dollar, which started off selling items below $2, has since moved to the $1 to $10 price point. The West Coast chain 99 cents only faced lawsuits from customers after it raised its top price to $99.99 in 2008 on account of inflation. These customers allege it was misleading given the company's name. As these chains raised prices, Dollar Tree, originally called only $1 before a name change in '93, stood by its promise even as investors piled on pressure to add new price points. The biggest change in strategy until now came in 2019, 4 years after Dollar Tree acquired Family Dollar, when it started to test higher prices in a handful of stores. The assortment, dubbed Dollar Tree Plus, featured $3 and $5 items, similar to what shoppers might find in the Family Dollar store. The change came after activist investor Starboard Value challenged the store's commitment to $1 pricing in a letter to the Dollar Tree CEO at the time, Gary Philbin. Dollar Tree has kept its prices at $1 since its founding 30 years ago, 1990. Starboard wrote in 2019, despite the fact that $1 in 1986 is worth $2.30 today due to inflation. So they actually opened 35. But today's inflationary pressures and rising freight, labor costs have made it harder for Dollar Tree to stick to its $1 price point. CEO Michael Witensky acknowledged in a call with investors in August that its business was more sensitive to these costs because of the dollar promise. They were, still promising shoppers are going to get the great value. Dollar Tree will continue to fiercely protective of that promise, regardless of price point, whether it's $1, $1.25, or $1.50. So there you go. The Dollar Tree with the true $1 price is dead. What do you think? You think this is a good idea for them? Bad idea? Is this going to hurt them, help them? Was this inevitable? What do you think of that $15 labor cost, transportation cost? Just put your comments down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say as always, and I appreciate that. When you like and comment on this video, it really does help the algorithm. It helps me out here on the channel. So thank you for that. And with that, I will leave you to the rest of your day. Have a wonderful rest of it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss future videos. And as always, have a best weekend ever. Make that money, and I'll see you guys later.